Good afternoon and welcome. Let's take a look at our top story this hour. Hong Kong Chief Executive Carrie Lam has refused to help the 12 activists who have been detained by China. Lam said that the 12 Hong Kong nationals detained in China should be tried under Chinese law. The activists were arrested on the 23rd of August for illegal entry into mainland Chinese waters after setting off from Hong Kong in a boat bound for Taiwan, following a crackdown on activists in the semi-autonomous city.
So they have run away from their legal liabilities, but in the course of running away from the legal liabilities, they committed another crime in another jurisdiction. So isn't it reasonable and fair that these 12 people should first face their legal liabilities in that other jurisdiction according to the law? And thereafter, of course, we will arrange for them to come back to face consequences. Whenever there are cases being detained in the mainland, we will get notified. And once we get notified, our system of offering assistance to Hong Kong people will be triggered. And the Immigration Department officers will approach the relatives of the detainees to see what assistance we could offer, and we would relay those requests to the mainland authorities. This is the current system, and we have to respect the current system instead of unduly interfering with another jurisdiction.
Now, Hong Kong-based journalist Alvin Lim is joining us live for more on this. Good afternoon. Thanks for being with us. Now, Lam has said that these 12 Hong Kong nationals have been detained, and she believes that her statement says that they should be tried under the system. What do we make of her statement?
You have to understand that there's no rendition agreement between mainland and Hong Kong. Those 12 activists who were detained were largely wanted by the police in Hong Kong. That's why one of the arguments was that why they're not being transferred back to Hong Kong first, even if that's only a discretionary arrangement. But it seems that the position of the government, the Hong Kong government, is that they have to be first gone through the mainland system, their criminal justice system, before they can be transferred. And it would create quite a certain amount of uncertainty of how things being done, because we're uncertain how mainland, no one has actually seen the 12 detainees for the time being. And that's unsatisfying for some of the families of these 12 activists.
Absolutely. Now, these activists were arrested for illegal entry into the mainland Chinese waters. They were in a boat bound for Taiwan. What kind of charges will they be facing?
Do you mean mainland? If it's mainland, it's largely the illegal entering, passing through the water. There are also some of the those who organized such trip could face a more serious conspiracy charges, but it's unclear whether they would be linked to national security cases in mainland. The Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Hua Chunying earlier said it was a case of national security, where the nature of their case were essentially separating Hong Kong from China. But that remarks was not followed up afterwards by Carrie Lam. She was only saying she's not commenting on others' comments.
Right, you have touched on it, the national security law. Now, this is following the stringent crackdown on activists in the semi-autonomous city.
Yes, indeed. There are one of the activists, Andy Lee, was earlier arrested on suspicion of violating the national security law, which was a plot which is related to lobbying for foreign interventions in Hong Kong. The other 11 were largely to do with finding explosives. There's some are on bails, some are facing charges, going through the court trials, so on and so forth. The uncertainty was whether they would face additional charges in mainland China following the Chinese officials' remarks on the nature. So the deadline for pressing charges are soon coming. So we'll see whether this would be a more serious case in mainland jurisdiction.
Right. Alvin, thank you very much for bringing us all the latest there.